I am Mark Klimek. Welcome to Klimek Connect. We are doing our walk through the Blue Book. We are covering page 18 today on HIV testing, 18 and 19. You can get a Blue Book one of three ways. You can go to the Klimek Review website and buy the Blue Book app. You can attend a 3-day review in person or buy the on-demand course, and you get the Blue Book by a PDF, or you can purchase it on Amazon. You don't have to have the Blue Book to benefit from these sessions, but it is helpful for you to follow along and explains the Blue Book a lot in depth. So today we're going to be talking about the 4 tests that we do for HIV testing. It's very important for you to know what each of the tests does and the purpose of each test. The 4 commonly conducted tests in HIV disease treatment and evaluation are the ELISA, E-L-I-S-A, the Elisa test, the Western blot test, the viral load testing, and the CD4 count, which is a T lymphocyte white blood cell count. So, ELISA test, Western blot, viral load, and CD4 count. Those are the 4. Now, each has a particular purpose and a reason why we do it, and you need to know what those are. Now, I gave them to you in order that they are done. The first test in HIV disease is the ELISA test, E-L-I-S-A, and the A stands for assay. Whenever a test ends in the letter A, it usually stands for assay, which is a screening. Think of assessment, assay, assess. It's a screening. You're just seeing if the person might have HIV. Okay, so that screens for it. It's pretty cheap compared to others, so it's a good screener first stage. So they'll do a screening test and you'll get a positive ELISA test. That does not mean you have HIV. It does not mean you're HIV positive, and it does not mean you have AIDS. It just means you might. So the second test is the Western blot, and this is the confirmational test that tells you, yes, you do have it. So the Western blot looks for antibodies to the HIV virus, the human immunodeficiency virus, the HI virus. If you have the antibodies, you've been exposed to the virus. You are considered to be HIV positive. Okay, so you get the label HIV positive from the Western blot, not from the ELISA. It's from the Western blot. Now you're said to be HIV positive. You will now be started on HIV medications. All right? Now, once you're started on the HIV medications, you need to know, how are those working? How are they working? Are they working or are they not? Well, one way you can tell if the medications are working is, are there a lot of viruses in your blood or are there no viruses in your blood? Well, obviously, if there's a lot of virus in your blood, the meds are not working. If there's little to no virus in the blood, the meds are doing a great job. So that third test, the viral load, it's a measurement of the virus in your blood. They draw your blood, measure the amount of virus. It tells you whether the treatment is working or not. You are still HIV positive. It doesn't take that away. It just reduces the amount of virus in your blood so that you're not symptomatic. Now, the fourth test we do is the CD4 count. It's the T lymphocyte count, and it is a typical white blood cell draw, and they look to see how many CD4 cells you have. If you have under 200 per cubic millimeter, then you are susceptible to opportunistic infection and cancers. So you are now said to have AIDS, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. If your CD4 count is above 200, you're still HIV positive, but you do not have AIDS. You don't have the increased risk for infection or cancer. So let's summarize. There's a screener, a confirmer, a treater, and a assessing for infection. Okay, in that order. So first, remember this: Elisa screens, Western blot confirms, which means you're HIV positive. The viral load tells you whether medicine is working, and the CD4 tells you if you have AIDS or not. And that's how we stage and look at the progress of HIV and AIDS treatment based upon those four values. Thank you. That completes this lecture, and we will see you later this week for episode 6, which is about use of restraints.